Hello folks, the White Guy here again. Welcome to my home on this very beautiful autumn afternoon. The name of this video is called The White Guy Wedding Feast. You know, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, why is it that people will use specific Bible passages and Bible verses to rob you of a trust in God? Why is that? When I was raised to believe that the body of Christ was designed, meaning the Christian church, okay? When I say body of Christ, sorry, I'm using Christianese lingo. Why is it that, I thought the church was designed to edify, build up, and encourage fellow believers, not to tear down. And yet, a verse I'm going to get ready to quote is so often used to do exactly that, to steal, kill, and destroy a trust or your faith that you have in God. The Latin-based version of Matthew 22:13, and I notice I said the Latin-based version, says the king. Then the king said to the servants, bind him hand and foot and throw him into the outer darkness. That place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. You know, there's three things that most people miss when quoting this passage. One, it's a frickin' parable. Okay, that's important. You can't take that literal and then you use our own little pea brain to and adapt it to our American, for those who are watching that are Americans, our American understanding, you know? And two, they jump to a conclusion that outer darkness means hell. Yet the word hell was never used or mentioned. Okay? And three, the Latin version leaves out a phrase that the Greek manuscripts included. And here's a quote, throw him out into the darkness. That's all it says, which is farther outside. Now, I'm going to explain this here. This simply means they were further away from the wedding party. That's all. To make it out to mean something sinister is God slandering at best. And it's stupidity at worst, okay? So, this will clear it up. Who is Jesus speaking to? Answer, the Jews. And who did Jesus say their eyes would be blinded to the truth concerning who he was? Answer, the Jews. And who to this very day don't believe Jesus was the Messiah? Answer, the Jews. Do you think they were blinded at that point in time and still are? This wedding feast is between the Gentiles and God. And the Jews weren't invited. Are you catching me? But they were cast into outer darkness, as into not understanding, and kept in blindness to, and kept blind to why God made Gentiles part of the family by marrying us. The Gentiles, are you getting it? It's that simple. It's not sinister. It doesn't steal, kill, and destroy anything. See, this is similar. I'm coming close to a closing. This is similar to what the meaning of flame was that tormented the rich man in the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Flame, in the Koine Greek, flame means awareness. Follow me. The awareness that God was going to extend, the Abrahamic covenant to benefit Lazarus, a low-life Gentile. See, the Jews, when they heard this parable, they knew exactly what Jesus was saying, but modern-day Christians don't. Okay? Gentiles? Lazarus represented all Gentiles and in the Greek, it's the name for Eleazar, who was Abraham's buddy that was close to his bosom. Are you following me? In the Genesis story. Anyway, the same kind of lack of awareness, which is described as outer darkness, that the servant at the wedding feast had, and weeping and gnashing of teeth, is just another way to say torment, since the rich man represented the Jews. Okay? So flame to the rich man was an awareness, where outer darkness to the guy tossed out of the party was a lack of awareness. Okay, that's all it means. So the term wedding feast that's used in that parable, and Lazarus in the bosom of Abraham that was used in the rich man parable, they're contextually synonymous with one another. Well, anyway, I wrote about these things in my book. See which one? Lazarus. I have a whole chapter dedicated to Lazarus and the rich man in my book, In Defense of God's Love. Consider checking it out. I'll leave a link to Amazon. And I believe I even covered a portion of it, as well as this wedding, outer darkness, and all this kind of stuff in my newer book. Title is God Bipolar. I'm on the very last chapter of my third book. No love, K-N-O-W, no fear, N-O. No love, no love, N-O. No fear, K-N-O-W. I'm just about finished with that one. I hope that title made sense. It's hard to visualize it. It's hard for me to say it and have you visualize it. Anyway, consider looking me up on Facebook. I have a private group by the name of the Y Guy Group. You have to answer 3 questions to join that group. Okay? But I do have a public timeline that you can check me out on under an avatar name of John Anthony Jones. John Anthony. I meant to say Jonathan, but I spelled it John Anthony. J-O-N-A-N-T-H-A-N. John Anthony. Anyway, look me up and check me out. Also, consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. And give me a thumbs up. I was told that the thumbs mean something. Even a thumbs down, fine. But if you're going to give me a thumbs down, consider explaining why politely. Because if you didn't like what I had to say, and I need to be corrected, it's your responsibility to love on me enough to correct me lovingly. That's why. So there's no need for me to say don't be rude, because love isn't rude. Obviously, I don't love all that much sometimes. Anyway, you get my point. Thank you for viewing.